All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to connect Land Portal's API to Claude, and I'm going to show you everything that you can do within Claude with this API. It's extremely powerful. It can make your business much more efficient, so stay tuned. So here I'm on Land Portal. I need to get a few things from my Land Portal account. Number one is I need to get the Land Portal API docs, and number two, I need to get the Land Portal key. So you're going to go over to Profile on the left side, and you're going to go to API v2. If you've done the API before, use the API, make sure you're using v2. It can do a lot more things than the v1 can do. What I'm going to do, I'm going to hit view docs, and we're going to get our API docs. I'm going to hit API reference, and up here, I'm just going to download the documents. The other thing, like I said, we need for Claude is the API key. And what this API key does is it connects to your Land Portal, your actual Land Portal account. The docs say like, okay, how can we use this API? The key is how does it connect to your personal Land Portal account? And that's when we're going to be talking about export tokens. That's where it's going to use export tokens, skip trace tokens, all these. So make sure you're not sharing your key. All right, I'm just going to hit generate key. YouTube test, and we're just going to generate key. Again, this is going to be blurred out. Here's the key. This is what the key, where the key will be. You'll just hit copy, and we're going to put the docs and the key into Claude. So here are the docs and the key, and I'm going to just say, tell me everything this API can do. All right. Again, here I just pasted the key that's going to be blurred out on here, and then I'm going to tag or put in the API docs as well. So let's just do that, and I'm going to send this in. So this is going to take a minute or two. What it's doing, it's looking at the API documents, it's looking at the key, it's looking through all this stuff, and it's going to give us a list of things that it can actually do. What I really want to show you today is how you can just build a simple due diligence report with this API. So let's give this a few minutes. We'll be right back. All right, so this took about 60 seconds or so, and let's see everything it can do. Okay, so this is brand new API docs, can do a lot of things. So property lookup, so you can look up by latitude, longitude, full property details you can get within here, filter data, as well as exporting, comp reports, skip tracing. So it can do a lot of things within here. But like I said to start, let's have it create a simple property report. All right, so what I'm going to do, let's go back to Land Portal here, and let's just find a property. Let's do some due diligence on a property, and you can look back and see what it said. Like we can search by a lot, APN, parcel name, a lot of different things we can search with, but let's just find an APN. Let's zoom in somewhere in Ohio, and let's find a parcel that we can do some due diligence on. All right, so here we have about 15 acres, and you can see it is in Athens County, Ohio. So all we're going to do here is let's just give it its parcel ID, and I'm going to do create a due diligence report on this parcel. Okay, and I'm going to do here Athens County, Ohio. And what you want to do with your, like, this is going to create a very, very simple due diligence report here. You are able to customize these for your business. So I want you to keep that in mind as I'm going through here. You can customize these for your business, make adjustments. I just want to show you the power of what this API can do within Claude. But let's give this a minute. It's going to create a due diligence report for this property. All right, so it came back, it took a few minutes to come back with a full due diligence report. Again, one thing I urge you guys to do as you are creating these is to customize these, give it feedback for what you're looking for in your business. But we can just look here what it talked about. It's not landlocked, passes that, very flat in terms of this. I'm sorry, it says actually unbuildable slope. So this is very sloped. Says actually 25% of it is buildable based on this. And then it gives us a lot more information as we scroll down. It actually gives a score. Let me see where the score is. A lot of information. You can see there's comps within here, Probably too much information. But what you want to do with this is work with Claude, give it feedback, say, hey, I really like these parts, or I think you missed this, and keep on building its skill within here. But this is the first thing you can do just by searching a property on Land Portal. And you can search a property and say, give me all the information on the property. You don't want a due diligence report maybe, and do that. But let's actually go through and let's do an export. So if we scroll up, you can see the other thing it can do is filter data and exporting. So I want to pull a list in Macon County, Georgia. Let's do 2 to 10 acres, vacant lots, not landlocked. And let's just keep it simple like that. So I want to pull a list in Macon County, Georgia, 2 to 10 acres, vacant lots, and let's go from there. So, but as this is going, it's not going to export without my approval. I think it's going to filter first and use the filter first, like it says here, filter catalog, and then we can export from there. One thing to keep in mind, when you are exporting from here, that is when it is going to start using Land Portal, your tokens on your account. I urge you to be on one of the pro accounts that includes tokens. You can do so much of your business on Claude, wherever it is. So that, and you'll see it's gonna tell me after this, but that is when it's going to start using export tokens. But let's give this a minute here. All right, so it did the filter. It did not pull the data yet. So it gave us a preview. And what's actually really cool here is it actually told us some things we should probably not target. You can see the red things, a city, something. This is an abbreviated preview essentially of the data. So let's export the data. Let's export the data, but remove the red rows that you marked. Also, remove any without mailing address and remove duplicates. All right, so now it is going to actually export the data. Give this a minute. Again, this is 2 to 10 acres. You can see all the 2 to 10 acres. This right here is just a preview. No tokens were hit until we export, which it is about to do here. All right, so it just finished the export and it gave us some information. The filtered, how many it gave us because it got rid of some things that we asked it to get rid of. But all you got to do is hit this button to download, and I already have this download opened up here. You can see it is the full export. You can now use this for marketing, for texting, however you are reaching out to landowners to get deals. But going back up to the top, guys, I just want to talk real fast. All the different things. So what we did a single property search, and from that we created that due diligence report. We filtered data, and then we also exported data. From there, we also used the comp report actually within when it created the custom due diligence report. It used the comp report within there as well. And then on top of that, you can skip trace as well. And what you can do from here, you can actually ask Claude, what else can you do for me in my land business? I'm not going to show that in this. Have conversations with Claude so you can learn. Other than that, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know in the comments how you are currently using Land Portal's API to help you in your land business. Hit the subscribe button. We'll see you next time.